What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Michelle Renee from IamMichelleRenee.com. And I am so excited to have a very, very, very special guest with me today, my sister and friend. What's up, Jazz? How are you? Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what your brand is.
Okay. Hi, you guys. My name is Jazzmyn Shirley. I am from the amazing, the beautiful Belgrade, Florida. And I am the owner and the speaker, the face of Let's Talk About It with Jazzmyn Shirley, which is a podcast. It's my baby that I hold so close and dear to my heart. Just so you know, a platform that we are very true to ourselves and honest. And it was actually something that Michelle, it's hard to say. It's something that Michelle actually encouraged me to do, as crazy as that sounds. So to see this come full circle is like, it's exciting. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm so proud of you because your whole journey and just watching you morph into this amazing woman, because I'm not going to give your age, but you're a young woman, like a very young woman. And you have overcome a lot of things as well as set your sights on these really great things, and you're doing it. Like you're doing it, whether you're scared or nervous or not, you're doing it. I'm so impressed. Tell us a little bit about how you got started with Let's Talk About It.
Well, first, thank you so much because you've played a big part in, like I said, this whole thing. I think it came about because I've always wanted to do motivational speaking. Anyone who knows me knows I will talk your ear off, and that's the truth. So I wanted to transform that and do something, and I always knew that speaking and encouraging people was my thing. I just never knew how to get in the correct space. So honestly, years ago, I had people tell me like, you should just start going live on Facebook, but I didn't have the confidence. I'm just going to be real. I didn't have the confidence. I felt like at that time, life was happening. We can go more into depth about that a little bit later, but life was happening, and I wasn't in a space where I can get in front of people and be transparent when I'm dealing with my own things. So during the pandemic, something like, I know it was God. Something was just like, God was like, record a video. So I got my little iPhone and I went in my bathroom and I did this pre-recorded video and I sent it to you. And I was like, what do you think about this? And you was like, post it. And I was like, but you don't think? He was like, nope, post it. Because if you start to critique it, you're never going to post it. And it went from doing pre-recorded videos to doing live videos to now I have a whole setup in my house for my podcast. So I'm being honest, it started with God, but it continued because I had people along the way to help pour into me and drop those seeds because, sometimes we know God is here. We hear God, but sometimes you need that physical, like, go. And I'm thankful to have people in my life that were my push.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that first video a little bit because you talk about being afraid to post, being afraid to like even be transparent. When you say that, but at the same time, you're very transparent just as a person. Like when people talk to you, they get the real you. They don't get this phony or this facade of anything. They get who you are and you're very straight up. And that's why we connected like almost instantly, because it was just like, we both like it straight from the hip. Let's be real. Let's talk about it. Why do you feel that way? What does that mean? What's going on? And you really kind of tapped into it. But tell everybody a little bit about that first video and why it had such an impact.
We are not going to do it.
We got to.
Why are you making me cry?
It's okay.
So one of my first videos was about depression. Because I had went through, I'm not going to tell you my age because they say a lady never tells her age, but when I was 21, my son's father died. My son's father died May 3rd, 2015. I found out that I was pregnant May 30th, 2015. So I went through a very dark stage of depression. And at that time, I had people around me, but it did nothing for me.
I still felt alone.
I was so empty inside. And I'm like, how can I be carrying a child and I don't even have the energy to get up and function in this world, And I just knew, I'm being honest, this is me being real. I thought Tim was going to come out very angry, like just a sad baby. You know how you look at some kids and you're like, they're so sad.
Yeah.
I thought that's how my baby was going to be, because that was my mood my entire pregnancy. I was dealing with spiritual battles. I would come home. I used to have to get off work at 3, come home. I would sleep for 3 to 4 hours because, you know, it 6 and 7 o'clock, it gets dark here. And I would be up from 6 to 7 to 7 o'clock the next morning when I went to work. And I would work the whole day because I was dealing with so much. And I used to, every day after work, I used to go to Tim's grave, go to his grave for at least an hour every day. Like, I didn't miss a day. And I was like, God, this cannot be. Like, something like, I don't know if anyone has ever done this, but like, God, something is wrong with me. Like, that was the place that I was in. Tim is, my son is here. You guys, pardon me. He might come down and be like, Mommy, why are you crying? So I knew.
And can we pause for a second and talk about the fact that he's not a sad child? He is an amazing, joyful, loving baby. Like, he's amazing.
He is not, and I thank God for that. Yeah. But I was like, God, I know something is wrong. Like, and at that time, I'm being honest, I was not big on mental health. You know me, you know mental health never came out of my mouth. Yeah. I thought I was just going through the grieving process. Speaking of Tim, here he is. I thought I was just going through the grieving process. However, as I started to surround myself with more like-minded individuals and people that knew more than me. Perfect example, you. Say hi.
Hey, my friend.
Can you give me a minute? I'm okay. I'm okay. We're good. Okay, go. So I was like, you know what, God, we're gonna have to. Something has to give. But what I realized, it wasn't going to give until I began to feel what I was experiencing.
Absolutely.
And once I did that, it was like, it helped my process. And I spoke about that in one of my first videos, and I didn't know how many people could relate. That was the scary part, because I thought it was going to be judgments and all of that. And Michelle, you're always in front of the camera. You know how you have it in your mind, like, I'm going to say this, this, and this. Mm-hmm. And then when you get in front of the camera,
it does not go like that.
So yeah. I had rehearsed everything that I was going to say. However, I didn't even think about the emotions that would come behind it. Yeah. So I'm like, y'all, I'm on camera, like I'm boo-hoo crying. And I had so many people that was like, I'm going through the same thing. And I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, Tim. Mommy's working. And it was more people like, I'm going through the same thing. And I'm like, girl, I would have never thought you look like you have it all together. And that was when that other light came on that said, I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. You know, I understand completely as a mom.
Ooh, I should have sent him with someone.
No, he's perfectly fine.
But it was tough. I'm just saying it. And that's just,
is that when you realize that, like, this is a place where people really need a place to talk about it and to kind of like have this open and honest and transparent conversation?
Yeah, that's when I knew I was onto something. I'll say that, because I had people in the store telling me, like, older people, I love that. Then I would have younger people, I love that. I can relate to what you're going through. That is when I knew because let's be real. When you start something, you do worry about your views and your numbers and your likes and your comments. And up to that point, that was definitely one of my first videos. But before that, it wasn't really much attention. You know, it was just, oh, you started something new. But that video kind of solidified, like, yeah, you got
absolutely.
So I think that was my, like, I think we talked after that video, if I'm not mistaken.
We did. We did, about what's the next steps and where to go from there, and kind of like really manifesting this whole piece of what's going to happen. And I'm so proud of you, because you took it and you ran with it. You were like, you know what? People want to hear honest conversations. Let me start having some honest conversations. Let's talk about it. Let's really dig deep. And what I love most about Let's Talk About It is there's such a variety of guests on your show. I have been blessed to be a guest twice, once by myself and then once with my husband. And I think we brought a lot of entertainment the night we were on there together. My husband also was on there more than once. But just being able to have conversations with people about everything from mental health and wellness to politics and local offices to relationships with parents and being a mom, being a dad, being a baby mom, being a baby dad, being an entrepreneur, just being a figure in the community. You have covered all of that with your guests that you have. And I love it because you have this local following of people that may not ever have an opportunity otherwise to have their voice heard, and you're giving them space to be heard. And I absolutely love that. I think it's truly amazing. I'm really proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone, being faithful in what it is that you wanted to do, but even bigger than that, for you saying, you know what, this is not enough. I want to push it further and say, okay, I want to take my platform national and then moving it to the podcast platform, because now people all over the world get to hear your story and hear your voice and the voice of the community and understand the impact that you have as a person. And I'm so proud of you, because it's a scary thing to do, but it's a huge thing to do when you actually start. So let's talk a little bit about, you said you started during the pandemic, and what kind of took over from there? Because this thing just took off. And before you know, we were like, whoa, okay. How many episodes did you do the first season?
I think I did like almost 20.
Yeah.
We were close to almost 20 because, mind you, I think we're at 20 because there's stuff that's not even on the podcast that was, supposed to make the podcast, but it just didn't make it because I didn't want to saturate season 1. And I just started saying season 1 like 2 weeks ago, y'all. This is true. But I don't know. I think it may be like 20. And I don't know what happened was, I'm gonna be real. People seeing one person, I want to come. And even then I wasn't able to get everyone because it's like, you want to come, but I want you to come. So I was trying to find the balance in who wants to come and who I want to come, because I feel like some people want to come on a platform because they want to be seen. And I get it. It's not a problem. But I also need you at the same time, whether we're talking about baby mamas, baby daddy, you have to serve a purpose. Whether it's political, you have to serve a purpose. So just because you want to come on doesn't mean this may be your season, Right. Or maybe that's just not what we're going to do this season, but it may be, the second season. So I never try to shut people down, but it did get to a point where I was just like, okay, now you just want to come on. But it was also humbling because to have anyone say, I want to be a part of what you're doing, to me, that's a blessing. Like that was, somebody stopped me in the bank and they was like, you the girl that do the podcast. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, I am. I think I was just blown away by that. But it's humbling. It's humbling, but I think season 1 was about 20 episodes. I think it was about 20.
But you're also a humble person too, Jazz. Like the way that you operate is just in this place of all you want to do is be the best mom, the best friend, the best sister, the best family member, the best worker, whatever it is that you set your heart on, you just want to do it with, excellence. And that's an amazing quality to have because you don't have to do anything. And I think that's beautiful. And we talked a lot about just what it means to kind of like embody Black girl magic. And you embody that. And I think that's amazing.
When you did my baby shower, remember you hosted it and I sent you the picture and you was like, oh, that's Black girl magic. Did you realize after that I started saying Black girl magic, Black girl magic?
I didn't realize that.
Think about it. And I'm like, I remember you like, that's Black excellence, Black girl magic. And when I look back at the picture, it's like sisterhood, loving on each other.
Yes, with all of us in the picture. That's right. You got to send me that picture too, because I got to make sure I put that in it. We had like this amazing opportunity to connect. And there were times where I would come in your office, I would shed a tear, I would tell you what I was going through, or just telling you that I miss my family or whatever was happening. And it was never oh, she's too young for me to talk to her or share my thoughts with her. It was always like, she's got this old spirit, wise beyond her years. She's going to approach whatever you bring with her, one, with confidentiality, which is critical, but also with just this thing to say, hey, sis, I got you. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And every woman needs a person like that in their corner, or having their back like that. So I think that's truly, truly amazing. When you think about what you've been able to manage in this first season that you completed with your podcast, what is it that you see happening going forward? What's in the future for Let's Talk About It with Jazzmyn Shirley?
I'll be honest, I'm nervous because I don't know. I'm trying to gear more into every episode people can walk away with something. I think last season was a learning season for me, but I feel like I set the bar at a place that I didn't expect it to even go. Right. And to other people, it may be like, you didn't do anything, but to me, it was more so like, you actually did, like you just started from your bathroom.
Let me stop you right here. I don't know other people that might be saying, oh, you didn't do nothing. Baby, you did that. Let me say it one more time. Sis, you did that. You did that, and you did it with excellence.
It's weird. This is me being real. It's weird because I feel like I'm always the one that's like, girl, I love this. I love that. So to have people tell you that, I'm being honest, it's so humbling because I don't see it. And I'm happy that I don't, because it keeps me going. Same thing. Like, I'm just remember when we see successful people, we're like, they don't see it because I'm too busy trying to go forward. I'm not looking back at what I did because I did it. Let's do something else. So when I say that, please, like, it's not that I'm trying to shy away. It's just, it's crazy being recognized because, even with my job at work, I'm behind the scenes. Like, I deal with the problems. I'm the person you go to, but I'm never the person that's getting awards. Actually, that changed last year. So
yes, it did.
But I've never been a person that's like getting an award, and I've been cool with that because I've always had the motto is I'm going to work as though I'm working unto God. And when I felt as though things were not going my way, when I felt as though, which I still feel this way, we don't get paid enough for what we do.
Facts.
You just feel unappreciated, and then you walk into a season and God literally has you being valued. You can see yourself being valued in other people's lives. That's nobody but God. That ain't nobody but God. So it's like, I'm not right, but he's the bomb. Like, he's the bomb.com. He's just bomb.
Well, I absolutely love it. Where are we going with season 2?
So season 2, we're going to be doing more hard questions, but more fun. I'm starting something called Girl Talking Guy Talk. So we're going to have, trying to get like little segments going, and just trying to break. We're trying to open new doors here, expand the mindset. We're still going to be touching on those topics, but we're also going to be like, okay, that was funny. That was just funny. That was funny. That was fun. Because I feel like sometimes, especially in the real world, we get so caught up and we got to be serious. We have to do it this way, that way, this way. So I'm just trying to break the norm. Whatever you thought was coming, it's just not gonna happen. We're gonna do something totally different. So just season 2, be ready to be surprised. That's it.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I know I'm gonna be surprised. I know there are gonna be some amazing things happening. I know that this vision that he's giving you, I love it. I know that this vision that he's giving you is going to propel you to the next level. I absolutely love it. And you're such a boy mom. That's what boys do.
Did you see my Facebook story last night at the game? I'm a boy now.
She is the ultimate soccer parent, y'all. She cuts up about that baby, and I absolutely love it. Let's talk a little bit about just who you are as a mom, because this is something that you just weren't sure about. And I have to give you flowers on this one because you are such an amazing mom to your son, and you do such a great job of just being in the now. And I can say that because after kid 3, I didn't really get to the place of being in the now until kid 3. Like, I struggled with that when my older girls were born. It was all about making sure I could provide for them, like not really being sure and just making sure I was going to be able to do what I needed to do to provide for them. And so some things that would have been fun, we didn't always get a chance to do. Right. So I try to make up for that on the back end now that they're a little older. But with this little one, it's like, we got to be on top of it. And I love that about you, because right now you live in the now with your baby, and you make sure that you honor that space and that you give him a place to be a kid and to have fun and to be silly and to be a character and to just be loved on. I love that. How did you even get to that place? Or is this just what it was?
I knew, okay, like my birth mom didn't raise me. So although I didn't know what to do, I knew what I didn't